Part 5 of this module was intended to help make sense of worldview concepts and put them into context and also into action. We'll discuss an approach to respecting worldview and also how you might be able to assess the worldview of a homeowner during the home energy assessment. We'll also discuss how to translate this observation into action and also what happens if you encounter a household with more than one worldview present. It's important to note that worldviews are only tendencies. The goal is not to put people in fixed categories or boxes. Worldviews of homeowners are worthy of respect as they can influence how you are perceived and, more importantly, how the recommendations you make will be interpreted by homeowners. The approach of the NELC is to be aware of signs and indicators of worldview. Our primary purpose will be to respect the worldviews of others. We want to avoid judging people, and we also want to avoid being judged. Remember, all of the worldviews surveyed in the 6 Americas research had taken some action to improve energy efficiency. This is a topic we all agree on and has been proven to be of interest to everybody. Our goal will be to adapt our advice about energy-saving actions in a manner that is aligned with the values and worldviews held by homeowners. Let's talk about ways you may detect the tendencies and leanings of homeowners. As an NELC assessor, you'll begin each home energy assessment with a survey of the homeowner. The survey is designed to help identify the key priorities and concerns of homeowners, and it will also provide some insight into their worldview. The location and size and home might also be an indicator. News sources can also be indicators. What is the radio or TV tuned into? NPR or Fox? What paper is being delivered? Cautious conservatives like to read the Wall Street Journal. Car type and style can also be a sign. Working-class realists may use their vehicle for their business. Forms of self-expression, such as bumper sticker or magnets on the refrigerator, are also indicators of worldview. How homeowners use their home and their yard is also worth noting. A home garden and a compost bin is a good sign of a true believer. Hopefully, after meeting a homeowner and visiting their home, you'll have a sense of their worldview tendencies. For the most part, our goal is to be agnostic but respectful of that worldview. You might lose the interest of a homeowner if you portray your own worldview and the energy assessment, for example, to be about sustainability in the environment. Just be neutral and focus on the task of completing that home energy assessment. If you are able to identify clearer worldviews and priorities, you may be able to help find ways to tailor your feedback to homeowners based on their tendencies and values through the report you create for them, through the energy efficiency measures you recommend for them, and the language that you use in your report. It's very likely that more than one worldview will exist in any given household. So what do you do then? Well, first, remember, there's no right or wrong, just different. Also, our approach is to be neutral and agnostic, so it should not really affect the way you interact with the different homeowners. You may detect that one person or the other has more interest in the energy assessment and is more curious about what to do. In those cases, you might consider shaping your advice to be aligned with the worldview of that person. It's really important not to assume that just because you're there to talk about the house and energy, that the male in the house should be the one you're directing your questions and attentions to. If you do feel that you detect more than one worldview, that's a good sign. You should celebrate your powers of perception.